I know that it's a secret and that I gotta keep it, but I want the lights on, yeah, I want the lights on, and I don't wanna run.
What's going on, guys? Rust here, and today in this video I just wanted to talk about what my favorite games of E3 were, and I would like to know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. So this may be like a top 10 or top 15 favorite games of E3. So we're going to go through all 5 of the conferences. Let's see, there was EA, Bethesda, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and PlayStation. I didn't watch the Nintendo conference, so I'm not going to go over that, and I honestly don't give a shit about Zelda. So, from the EA conference, my favorite games that they showed off were Mass Effect Andromeda and Battlefield 1. They also showed off Titanfall 2. It looks pretty good. The single player looks promising, but from a very disappointing Titanfall 1, I'm not really sure if I'm going to enjoy the game so much. The multiplayer for Titanfall 2 kind of looks like a copy and paste with a few new features here and there and a new movement system and a grapple hook, but it doesn't look the best ever. The single player, on the other hand, looks really cool. It looks very fun. It has kind of like a Mass Effect feel to it, it seems like, and it looks pretty cool. You have a lot better connection with your Titan. Inside the single player trailer, there's like 3 protocols: complete the mission and like defend the pilot, and like one other thing that I forgot. But it seems pretty cool, and I'll definitely be playing it later this year. But it's not my favorite game from EA. My favorite games from EA, like I said, are Mass Effect Andromeda, which they didn't show much of, but they showed a kind of behind the scenes and like the artwork in the game, and they showed little teasers of the game here and there. So that game and Battlefield 1, of course, they had an amazing reveal, an hour-long Battlefield 1 reveal, and it looks really cool. That game comes out in October. It's bringing back the old style of first-person shooters, and I'm excited to play Battlefield 1. Later on that night, Bethesda had their conference, and they revealed lots of cool games. A lot of people say Bethesda had not the best conference ever. I disagree with that, because Bethesda, they revealed a lot of cool games, a lot of promising games. One, they're remastering Elder Scrolls Online, which is incredible. I mean Elder Scrolls Skyrim, not Elder Scrolls Online. I fucking love Skyrim. Who doesn't love Skyrim? And they're remastering that for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, a lot of people say Elder Scrolls has already been remastered on PC with textures and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not a proper remaster, from the developers. So I'm really excited to play that remastered, and they're bringing mods to all the mods that worked on the previous version of Skyrim will work on the remastered version of Skyrim, which is pretty cool. So that game I'm really, really excited for. And they're also they're rebooting Quake and Prey. Prey is a game that looks pretty cool. I never played the first Quake. What they showed off in the trailer, I might show it in the video in the background. It's a game where a different reality happens like every single day. Like one day this guy is perfectly fine, the next day he has a bunch of red in his eye, and then it just goes crazy and he's like fighting aliens and shit. It looks pretty fun. I can't wait for that game. And then they're they're rebooting Quake. Quake is one of like the first Call of Duty games. It came out like in 2004. It's a first-person shooter. You have a few different classes. It's sort of like Doom. That game I'm not that hyped for, but it looks pretty cool, and I'll probably play when it comes out. That's coming out in 2017, and so is Quake. The remastered of Skyrim is coming out in December, and then the big game from Bethesda that I think everyone's going to love is Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 looks fucking incredible, and you have all these amazing abilities. If you watch the video, you have some crazy abilities and crazy powers that I can't wait to discover. I love Dishonored 1. It's one of my favorite games, and I can't wait to play that. So Bethesda had a really good conference, and I'm excited for pretty much all the releases that are coming out. And so, yeah. Okay, and next day, Xbox had their conference. Now, Xbox didn't necessarily release and show off a lot of good games, but they showed off some really cool features. For one, they're releasing 2 different consoles. They're releasing the Xbox One S and the Xbox Scorpio. The Xbox One S is just the Xbox One. It's like the slim version. It's 40% smaller, has an integrated power supply, and it comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive. So that looks pretty cool. I'm not going to get that Xbox, and I'm not even certain I need an Xbox anymore. Xbox revealed this feature called Xbox Play Anywhere, which means all their future exclusive games are going to be coming to Windows 10 PC and Xbox One. That means if you have a Windows 10 computer, a gaming computer, a high-end rig or whatever, you don't have to have an Xbox anymore because the exclusives are not just on that platform. They're coming to Windows 10. They're called Microsoft exclusives now, which is super cool, and I'm excited since I don't have to play games on console anymore. I can play them on my PC, which I prefer playing games on. And I'm really happy for that feature. That looks super cool. And I can't wait for future exclusive games that are going to be coming out. There's Sea of Thieves, Gears of War, Crackdown 3, all kinds of Xbox exclusive games that I thought were just going to be on the Xbox One, but now they're coming to PC, which is amazing. And so, what else did they reveal? Xbox, that's about it. They revealed the Xbox Play Anywhere, and they revealed some really cool exclusives. Yeah, they have Gears of War 4, which comes out in October, Sea of Thieves, which is a very, very fun pirate game, and I'm super excited for that. It's like a co-op fun pirate game. And they did show off Crackdown 3, but I'm pretty excited for that. Oh, and they showed off Dead Rising 4. I like Dead Rising 3. I played on Xbox One. It was super fun. I'm excited for the sequel. Alright, so the next conference was Ubisoft. Ubisoft had some cool titles, but you can't trust Ubisoft. Ubisoft always tends to have the greatest IPs, which they honestly do, but they fuck it up every single time. Or the last few years, they've messed up games. So the most hyped game that I have for Ubisoft is what's it called? Ghost Recon Wildlands. That game comes out in 2017. That is a 4-player co-op game. It's set in an open world where you just do various missions, but I'm afraid that they're going to mess up that game. It's like the hype for it is kind of like Division, and Division ended up being a huge letdown. So I'm really hoping that Wildlands is a step up. From the trailers, from the gameplay they showed at E3, it looks pretty promising and it looks like a lot of fun. But I'm not going to trust it at release. I'm going to pre-order, I'm going to play it. I am hyped for it, but I don't know. It may be a letdown. So the next game they revealed was Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 comes out in October. Watch Dogs 2 is a definite improvement from Watch Dogs 1. I already know that 100% fact. And I know that Watch Dogs 2 they showed at E3 is pretty much the final product because they showed off gameplay, they showed off everything, and they're releasing it 4 months down the road or 5 months down the road. So I don't think they have enough time to downgrade the fuck out of this game. It looks good, the graphics are beautiful, it's set in a nice city, it's set in San Francisco. The character seems a lot more interesting, he's not so dull, and it looks like a very promising game. I'm hyped for Watch Dogs 2. I'm excited for it. It may be a huge letdown, but from the E3 trailers and from what everyone's saying about it so far, it looks really, really good, and I'm excited for it. Ubisoft also revealed that they're releasing a bunch of VR games. VR games I'm not too excited for because I really don't care about VR. I don't know, there's a huge hype around VR, and I have not decided to pre-order a VR headset. I have not decided to get Oculus Rift, and nothing like that just yet. Maybe down the road, maybe down like towards Christmas time, I may get a VR if I see that it's really cool, but nothing right now that I want to get a VR for. Ubisoft's also revealed that towards the end of their conference this really cool game that I thought was shit at first, but it looks super cool. So they showed off a snowboard game in an open world where you can wingsuit, ride snowboards, ride skis, and it's huge. It's set in like the Alps or something, and it is fucking cool. You could do like instant replays when you do jumps and tricks and stuff. It looks super cool. I'll try to put some gameplay in the background if I can, and I'm excited for it. It looks super good, and I'm probably going to get it when it comes out. The last conference was Sony. Now, Sony, they put on a show. They really took advantage of their conference, and they did a great job. They had a huge orchestra in the beginning of the conference showing off God of War. and it was incredible. They let the games do the talking and during this conference. They didn't have the developers coming out after every game and just talk about it. They just showed trailer after trailer, which is a good thing. And all the games that Ubisoft that Sony are revealing look really cool. I forgot the name of some of them, actually pretty much all of them, but they look super cool. Days Gone is one of them. Days Gone is a huge zombie game that looks pretty cool. There's a new game coming out probably like in 2018 by Konami. It has like Norman Reedus in it. It looks pretty cool. Then they have a game coming out that is like Heavy Rain, where it's a choice game. This game actually got me really hyped. There's like a situation in the trailer that this guy is trying to save this girl, and this girl is being held hostage on top of this rooftop. And you have all these different decisions you can do. One time the girl dies, one time that you sacrifice yourself, and the best one out of all of them is that you kill the guy holding hostage and you save the girl. So that game looks super interesting, and I can't wait for that. So that pretty much wraps out my E3 coverage. I have lots of hype games. I'm going to be playing pretty much everything that comes out. They also showed off Last Guardian, and they didn't show off No Man's Sky, which I was a little surprised. I thought they would show off that game. And so they showed off Last Guardian, and what else did they show off? I don't know. I can't remember anything today, but they showed off all kinds of cool games at Sony conference, and I'm excited for that. So the best conference, I think, out of all of them, personally, was Bethesda. I know I'm probably going to get some hate for that, but I love all the games that they're revealing, and I'm so excited for everything that's coming out this year. So, yep. Thank you guys for watching this video. Tell me guys down in the comments down below what your favorite games of E3 are, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.